installed KK, member for Kitui. Uh, obviously Leticia, as you know, has effectively taken over as the CEO for Coalition. Leticia, right there. Uh-huh. And we have Speaker Kitui County Assembly, Kitui County Assembly Assembly, and MCS in Kitui can also raise their hand. Seen them. MCS Nairobi, yeah, okay. Chakos, MCS, I think there's some here. Very good. Uh, Actually, the reason I say that, because it's the tail end of my statement, I'll be talking about Honorable Father Mali, who is a party member for WIPO. So you see a representative group of members of that party. Fellow Kenyans, let us first pay tribute to three immediate Kenyans who left their marks on our republic. Professor Abdallah S. Budra passed away on January 7, 2025. Professor Budra was a gallant son of Kenya and Africa and made great contribution to African integration and leadership and cutting-edge thinking on African development. Like the late Professor Ali Mazrui, Professor Budra was recognized and appreciated outside Kenya's borders more than within. He served the continent as the first full-time executive secretary of the Council for the Development of Economic and Social Research in Africa, one of the premier research institutions in our continent, as well as the Organization of African Union, OAU, as it then was, in various capacities, including as the CEO of the International Panel of Eminent Personalities between 1998 and 2000. He was a founding director of both the Muhuri and Katiba Institute in Kenya. Russian Mara was an incredible writer who sadly passed away this week from a battle with cancer. Her words, printed and written every week in different publications, both home and abroad, left a lasting impression, speaking truth to the heart. Whatever the subject, Russian questioned and demanded accountability. She was one of a kind, and uncompromising and apologetic in Kenya. Yesterday evening, we learned of the passing on of Senior Counsel Sister Judy Kongori. Kongori was an accomplished and celebrated family and human rights lawyer in Kenya, the region, and the international stage. Gender equality and equity were her forte. She took on many cases for bono and contributed to the intellectual input in the constitutional making process. I know the senior bar council have been on this, led by our the chairman of senior bar council, Fredo Jambo. And a lot is going on that space, in celebrating the life of our sister, senior council, Judy Kongoro. In the honor, let us have a minute silence. Thank you. Fellow Kenyans, on Sunday, January 12th, Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi, in a stunning revelation during a press conference, outlined in shocking detail the harrowing tale of his son, Leslie Muturi's abduction on June the 22nd, 2024, while in the company of Embakasi West MP Honorable Mark Manji and driver Marandu Manara. Honorable Muturi, who was serving as the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya at the time of his son's abduction, said that he had been waiting for answers for the last 6 months as to why his son was abducted. What should be of concern to any law-abiding citizen is that Honorable Muturi, as Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, sat on the National Security Council. security organ in the country. Honorable Muturi has been seeking answers for the past 6 months. They have not been forthcoming to someone so senior in the Kenya Kwanza regime. So senior should be a matter of great concern to all of us. Following Honorable Muturi's statement, the Director of Criminal Investigations, Mr. Amin, invited the Cabinet Secretary to record a statement. If the idea was to cower Honorable Muturi into silence, they picked on the wrong man. If the bombshell of the statement was not enough, Honorable Muturi signed the statement, clearly and squarely pointed the blame at the main culprit behind the inhuman abductions. A man who joked, made light of the abductions and Gen Z's demonstrations, a man who placed one phone call inside of the State House Nairobi Pavilion to the National Intelligence Service Director General, Nuruddin Haji, and had listed Muturi released within an hour. That man, as you have previously stated, is President William Ruto. Fellow Kenyans, the revelations by Secretary Muturi on the identity of the Commander-in-Chief of the abduction squad is quite telling. If the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya cannot get answers as to the whereabouts of his son, who can? If the Attorney General cannot get his phone calls answered by junior staff, such as the DG of NIS, of the DCI Director, who can? If the then Interior Cabinet Secretary, Professor Kigori Kindiki, and PS Raymond Omolo are punished with lives by their juniors, what is the state of the Kenya Kwanza regime? Fellow Kenyans, the Kenya Kwanza regime has established command and control structures outside of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, carrying out illegal and criminal activities against Kenyans. We have actually since established at some headquarters of this abduction squad was somewhere near Waraka. As you have previously stated, William Ruto is the Commander-in-Chief of the abduction squad. This has been clearly demonstrated by his own public pronouncement on the abductions, as well as those of his conceited cronies in government. Kenyans and the international community should read between the lines. Mr. Ruto and his lieutenants chest stamping over 2 weeks ago in Bungoma was not only a gross violation of Mr. Ruto's oath of office, it also bore all the hallmarks of a dictatorship and a crude attempt to instill fear in Kenyans by subduing them into silence. Mr. Ruto's dictatorship, which now kidnaps and tortures people in underground prisons, must be considered as a renegade criminal enterprise. And this in accordance with the ICC's Rome Statute. And for the avoidance of doubt, the Director General of NSIS could not be held responsible alone. The ICC statute talks about the person bearing the highest responsibility. And that is not Nuruddin Haji, that is William Samoei Arap Ruto. The people's loyal position will not sit